Carrying on with our tangent theorems, and probably the most, well, I don't know if famous is the right word, but alternate segment theorem is one that tends to crop up a lot. So let's have a look at that. Sometimes called the Windsurfer Theorem, but don't you dare write that down. Okay. So an angle formed by a tangent to a circle with a chord joined with the point of contact is equal to any angle in the alternate segment. Hence why it's sometimes called the Windsurfer Theorem. There's the board, there's the sail. So I suppose it's a way of remembering the situation. But whenever you see a tangent and a triangle, but remember with that triangle, all three vertices must be on the circle. Okay? Then that's the situation where we can use it, the alternate segment theorem. Now, if I was going to use that, that's what I'd write, alternate segment theorem. The reason it's called the alternate segment is exactly that. It is the angle in the opposite or the alternate segment. So a chord, as we know, breaks up our circle into two segments. And so the chord will create an angle in the major segment and an angle with the tangent in the other segment. And those two angles are equal. That's why it's called the alternate segment theorem. Let's prove it. So, okay, APY and ABP. I'm going to draw in a diameter that also goes through P. So POZ I've called my diameter. And then I'm joining Z to A up as well. And that creates a few different theorems I can now use. We know the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, so ZPY, that would be 90 degrees. So APZ would then be 90 minus APY. But PAZ, because I created a diameter, that'll end up being 90 degrees as well. But for angle in a semicircle would be our reason for that one. Then I can use angle sum of a triangle in triangle APZ. I know the three angles there will add up to 180. But substituting in what we just said, some of those were equal to. So we know that the PAZ, that's the one that is 90 degrees, we said. AZP, I've left as AZP. And APZ was the one we said was 90 minus APY. 90 plus 90 is, of course, 180, so I can tidy that up a bit. And then moving to the other side, I get AZP is equal to APY. Not quite what we were going to prove. So just a couple more steps and we'll be there. Because I can also say, well, AZP would be the same as ABP. Their angles in the same segment. So now I can complete my proof and say, okay, well, APY then must be equal to ABP. Okay, so 9F, you'll find a lot of these will use alternate segment theorem.